Okay, so first I'm gonna prime my eyes using my SMASHBOX primer. I've already cleansed and applied moisturizer. Okay, so for this look I would be doing my eyes first. So I'm applying my MAC concealer in shade NW25 all over my eyelids as a base for my eyeshadow. If you guys have been watching my previous videos, you would know I like applying my concealer using my fingers rather than a brush because that blends quite well. Alright, so once I'm done with that, I'm gonna set my eyelids using my MAC Studio Fix in shade NC40. And this, as you guys know, would not allow the eyeshadow to crease and would get the maximum pigment out from our shadows. And before you set your eyelids, you make sure that there are no crease and just run your fingers through all your creases and smooth that out, and then go on with the powder. As a base, I'm going to use my Sephora Around the World palette. I'm using the Rome palette. I would apply the shade all over my eyelids using my icing concealer brush. It would help the eyeshadows blend quite easily and smoothly. This is exactly the shade of my eyelids. Alright, so once I'm done with that, let's start working with our cut crease. So now for the crease, I'm going to use from the same Rome palette, Sephora palette. I'm going to use this color Cafe and run it all over my crease. This would be our transition shade. For me, I feel this is a wonderful transition shade to just give a little bit depth and definition. And using the windshield wiper motion, I am gonna blend it out. As you see, I'm slowly building up the color, doing the same on the other eye as well. I'm basically blending this color all the way into my crease, outer corners and a little bit above my crease. I would be using this throughout the video just to blend all the colors. So yeah, there's no eyeshadow on the brush, it's just a clean fluffy brush and I'm blending the crease. I love lifting my eyebrows like that and then blending it. I don't know, it's just something what I do, and that really helps in blending. So you guys can try. Alright, so once we are done with this, we would actually go in for building our crease. So for the crease, I'm gonna take 705 Go for the Gold eyeshadow palette from CoverGirl. So I'm gonna take the darkest shade, shade number 4. So I'm using this small liner brush from Icing and I'll just line the crease. I'm just taking it, dragging it a little outside, like as if, you know, we would create a wing. So we try creating the same similar crease on the other side as well. So this is what we would get. I know it is looking funny at this moment, but we will work it out. So we would basically take this second darkest shade from the CoverGirl palette and using my expert icing crease brush, I'm going to blend the two shades that we just applied. We're just trying to create a gradient sort of effect here. And then I'm just going to take the clean brush that we had earlier, and there's nothing on the brush and I'm just blending everything out. Then once I was done with that, I'm going to take a shading angled shading brush from my icing collection and use this second shade from the same CoverGirl palette and just time I would apply only within my crease. I wouldn't go outside the crease. Here I'm just gonna pack the color right now. This is a beautiful bronzy gold, little shimmery shiny shade. So that would give a little definition to our crease. We can always, I'm just gonna go ahead and even darken the crease. That would really stand out. Once I was done with that, taking the same crease brush, I'm gonna blend. So stay only within your crease. So once I was done with that, I'm taking the same liner brush and applying the same number 4 shade from CoverGirl. I'm again darkening up the crease. We want that crease to be really sharp. Okay, so once I've applied that shade, I'm gonna blend it using this angle shading brush. Just ever so slightly diffusing the shade here. And then taking the same clean fluffy brush, I'm blending everything out. So once I was done with this, I know it looks quite funny, but once I clean the eyelids and under the eyes and also a little bit below the brows, you guys would see a good result, so don't worry. To clean up the eyelids, what I'm going to do is use my concealer. This is my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in shade Nude. Okay, I'll just take a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use this brush from QO. I'm just going to clean over the eyelids. So now this is the time you can correct. So now at this point, I would shape the cut crease the way I want. Can you see that it's coming into place? So you guys don't worry, it would look amazing. This would take a lot of time, because I really want my crease to be very sharp. So if you guys take a little longer, don't you worry, that's quite usual. I'm also gonna clean a little bit just below my brows. So this is how the crease would look once you've cleaned up. So I'm going to clean the other side as well. So once I was done cleaning up the eyelids, what I would do is I would be using this QO shading brush along with my Studio Fix powder just to fix all the concealer that we use to clean up the eyelids. Alright, so once I was done with this, I would go ahead and ever so slightly just sharpen the crease. I'm gonna just so slightly dip it into the darker shade here, dust the excess and just give a finishing touch. Do you see that? That's what I'm talking, girl. I think I'm gonna hide my face, sorry. Once I'm happy with the way the crease is looking shaped, then I'm just gonna take the clean brush that we kept aside, for blending, and ever so slightly blend everything out. Okay, now make sure you do not go inside your lid where we just cleaned up, because we do not want to mess that up. So once I was happy with everything, we would go ahead and fill up our eyelids. For that, I'm going to use this gorgeous shade here. Now, this is a beautiful two-toned peachish goldish shade, like almost a champagne pinkish shade. And I would use my fingers to apply that all over my eyelids. I think foil eyeshadows, they are best applied when you use your finger. I mean, they give the best pigment. And I'm doing the same on the other eye. And later on, I'll just do the finishing touches with the brush. But first, I would use my finger to get that color payoff. I'm going to use my concealer flat brush to apply the rest of the shadow on the lid. Now, I would spray it a little bit with my Color Bar Stay the Day Finish Mist. I would stop right here where my eyelid and the waterline meets. Alright. So once I was happy with the way both the eyes looked, I decided to just try on putting a little bit of this shade, the number 1 shade from my Color Bar palette. It has a beautiful gold shimmer in it. So let's see how it works. Let's just clean away all the fallouts. For the liner, I would be using my Maybelline Hyper Matte Liquid Liner. And following the same line of our crease, I'm just gonna wing my liner. And I would create a wing on the other side as well. Alright, so once I was done with my winged liner, yeah, I'm gonna use my Hang Fang. I don't know what brand is this. Just picked it up from a beauty store in Mumbai. And it's okay, you can use any glitter that you have. And I'm gonna just line under the crease that we created. And the gap that we had left between the crease and the liner, we would be filling it up with the glitter. I'll wait till the time my glitter dries. Meanwhile, I think we can just finish highlighting our brows. Underneath the brows. Okay, so I want to go for this shade here from my icing palette. That's a beautiful highlight shade. I'm just cleaning away all the fallouts underneath my eyes using a wet tissue. I'll just finish my base off camera and I would be right back. I'm done with my base. So let's continue with the eyes. I'm going to use the second darkest shade from my CoverGirl palette to apply it on my waterline, lower waterline. I'm using the same brush that came along with the palette. I'm going to use the darker shade here on the same palette and intensify the waterline. I'm going to use my BS Small Pencil brush and just blend everything out. For mascara, I'm going to use my all-time favorite L'Oreal Voluminous False Fiber Lash Mascara. This really gives an illusion as if you're wearing a false lashes. So for kajal, I'm using my Faces Long Wear Eye Pencil in solid black, and I'm gonna line my lower waterline and also line my upper waterline, and then finishing my eyes, applying mascara on my lower lash line. Okay, I completely forgot to brighten up my tear duct area. So I'm using the same shade that we applied to highlight under our brow bones. I also like dragging my liner like very slightly in the inner corners as well. So yeah. So now for rest of our face, I'm going to use the Rome palette and I'm going to use this Gelato blush. Okay, it is a beautiful pink color blush with a hint of gold. And for highlight, I'm using this highlighter. That's my favorite highlighter. That is from H&M. And using this brush from, I don't know. And applying it on the usual places, on the highest points of my cheeks, a little bit over my brows, on my nose, bridge of my nose, forehead, cupid's bow, and for the lips, I'm going to use this gorgeous deep magenta shade from Miss Claire. This is their shade number 18. Okay, and I would apply it all over my lips. These lipsticks are like my all-time favorite. If you have seen my previous videos, I use these lipsticks in almost all my videos. Okay guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you like this video, please rate it positive. And if you're new to my channel, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and I would see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay happy, stay gorgeous. Bye.